What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing something really quick and easy. It's really easy for literally everyone to do, and this is a classic makeup tutorial. Everyone, when I say everyone can literally do this makeup tutorial. It is very easy and simple, but I'm gonna slow it down for the ones who don't know, or it's pretty much like a friendly makeup tutorial, should I say. It's one of the classics. It's like a soft glam, and it's gonna be like a naked beat. And I'm gonna do like the lip tutorial too, because me personally, I feel like lining up your lips is what puts the icing on the cake every time, and that's just with me. But before I could get into all the good stuff, first things first is I wanted to apologize for not being active on here. There's just a lot of stuff that's been going on with me that I really don't display on social media, because you're not really supposed to display everything on social media. Everything is not meant to be on social media, if that makes sense. But yeah, guys, it's gonna be a quick little makeup tutorial, but it's not gonna be as quick because I'm actually going to literally go over the steps with you. So without any further ado, guys, I'm gonna literally get right into it. Okay, guys, so I'm fixing to get ready to do my eyebrows, guys. It's been a while since I've done a video, and honestly, guys, I just don't know what to do. So I'm going in with this black eyeshadow. I don't have any utensils right now at the moment, so I'm just pretty much using what I have right now. And notice how I just went in, starting with the base of my eyebrows, creating that shape that I want my eyebrows to image. And when you're doing your eyebrows, ladies, please be sure that you're using an angle brush just to ensure that you are tracing your eyebrows and making sure that you're creating the shape that you want for your eyebrows. And I also like to really stress this enough. When you're doing your eyebrows, I highly recommend that you start at the base and don't start at the top, because you just never know how the top part may look, and you don't want to mess up or go back or double back, triple back on those eyebrows. And I went back up to the top and I just started creating that shape that I want for my eyebrows. Now, I highly suggest that you guys use a brush that has the little brushes at the end, because it's like you don't have to really use a sponge or like I want to say like a brush with the little fluffy things on it. You don't have to really create that ombre effect with your eyebrows. But anyway, as I was saying, you can brush your hairs up sometimes. I know it looks crazy now, but I'm telling you, when you see the results later, you will not be disappointed. Now then, I'm going to start by adding my concealer, and this is in the shade 40. Now, I must say I'm not very happy with this shade, because I've been using this shade for several months now, and for some odd reason, I was in a hurry one day and I just picked something off of the shelf, and for some odd reason, it's just not looking right on my skin. But if you guys are going to your local beauty supply store or just in the mall in general, I want to make sure that I make this super clear where everyone can understand exactly where I'm coming from with this one. When you are purchasing your concealer and foundation, please be sure that with the foundation part, you make sure you go a shade darker. And when you are buying concealer, make sure you go a shade lighter to be safe. But notice how I started with the base of my eyebrows with the concealer, and notice how I use my very own special technique with my angle brush. I like to use the tip of my angle brush when I'm getting ready to situate that curve, because I want to make sure that my eyebrows are precise and they're right. Now, sometimes your eyebrows are not going to be perfect. One eyebrow is going to be bigger than the other. One eyebrow is going to be thicker than the other, and that's quite all right. But if you do mess up, please feel free to pause the video and catch up with me when you you are ready. And it's okay. We all make mistakes, because when I first did my eyebrows, ladies, my eyebrows was a hot mess. I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, notice how I shaped the eyebrows from the bottom. And I started adding in the excess concealer that I had on my brush, and I just pretty much put that there. Then I kind of added just a little bit more concealer, because I want to make sure that the product is spread out throughout my eyes. And I just want to make sure that it's setting in, because as a girl with hoodie eyes, it's very hard to do soft glams or full glam in general, because whenever we get ready to apply concealer, it doesn't always set in, and it gets dry and it creates creases, and I definitely don't want that. Now notice how I use that blush brush. It's used for blushes only, but like I said, I had to improvise and I had to use what I had to use. Now most people are gonna disagree with me with this one, but I honestly feel like this concealer wasn't a good choice. I should have paid attention, but when I tell you guys, I really think it looks kind of okay, because I mean, it doesn't really show, no red flags just yet, but I mean, it is kind of light, but watch how I work my magic. But in a sense, I really feel like when you are purchasing foundation and concealer, it's important that you must pay attention to the shade, and make sure you're talking to an associate that's in the store, so that way you can get the right concealer and foundation, because they know exactly what they're doing. And please listen to them, especially if you are MUA. Please make sure you listen to them as well. And notice how I went in with that foundation on the top part of my eyebrows. This is just to create that shape that I was telling you guys about. And for some odd reason, I cannot blend the concealer in with my shade, my skin complexion. And I just feel like when you're doing it like that, it just makes your skin tone uneven, if that makes sense. Like the top part of your eyebrows could be, yellow, and then the bottom part is so perfect. And we want to make sure that when we're doing our makeup, that our makeup is the same skin tone, or just about the same as your skin complexion. Now, makeup is not going to always be perfect. Make sure you take your time and make sure you don't rush it. But with this one, I kind of rushed it. I'm not even gonna lie, because honestly, I haven't been on here so long, and I feel like I just owe you guys a video. But like I say, here I go back again with the blush brush, just pretty much spreading the product all around and making sure that my eyebrows are looking on fleek. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this little right eyebrow looking a little thicker than the one on the left, and I have to say I'm very disappointed in that. I don't know how I didn't notice that, to be honest, and I kept looking, because I'm like, what is going on? And then now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my concealer again, and pretty much, well, not even my concealer, I'm gonna go back in with that dark eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna pretty much highlight the eyebrows again, because when you put concealer and when you blend in the product over time, the eyebrows can get a little dull. So please make sure you go back in and darken your eyebrows, but not too dark, because then it's gonna look like you colored it in with a Sharpie, and we don't need that. So now I close my eyes so you guys can pretty much take a look at what's been done so far. And I'm gonna add in just a little bit more concealer, because like I said, a girl with hooded eyebrows, it's really hard to do soft glams, because it's like when we put in concealer, the product really doesn't set. I know as for me, it doesn't really set, and I have to put on a certain amount, but I don't have to put on a lot to where, like, my whole entire face is just covered in with that one color concealer, just that one shade. So now what I'm doing is pretty much blending in the product, make sure that it gets all the coverage on my eyes. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this brown. is like a really light brown is To My Love. And I'm starting off with that color because when you're doing naked beats, you want to make sure that you're using one of those light brown colors as your transition shade, the first transition shade. And notice how I'm stroking back and forth, and I'm going back towards the eyebrow bone, because the eyebrow bone is kind of what put the icing on the cake too. Because it's like when people look at you, they look at, you know what I'm saying, the colors. They look at how you put the colors together. Now I know this looks like a yellow, but guys, I'm telling you, it's really like a caramel brown. And I'm using this one as my transition shade for this naked beat because I didn't want to just dive straight into the dark brown, because I want to make sure that, you know, everything is setting in, and it just creates that ombre effect. And ombre effect, it just does it every single time. Now I'm going in with like this copper color. I'm using this copper color for my eyes. This is going to be my second transition shade. So pretty much what I'm doing is I'm going to be mixing that cocoa brown and the copper shade together so it can create like this chocolate like color. And what I'm doing is I'm pretty much spreading the eyeshadow all about, so that way when I get ready to add in this other color, it won't be just about brown. So that's what I'm doing here. And so I just love how I'm just literally stroking back and forth, making sure that everyone gets a little love, especially with my eyeshadow. And I just love how it's coming together so fast. And with Soft Glams is easy. It's very, very easy. It's not as difficult as people make it seem. You just have to be very careful, because it's like when you add in color, you have to make sure that you're not putting too much, you're not using one color more than the other, so they won't really overlap. But with ombre, it's gonna overlap anyway, because it's all about how pigmented the color is, and then it's gonna pretty much disappear throughout. That's what ombre really is. It's like the mixing of two colors, and eventually they're gonna like collide together and create some type of blurry effect. And I love how this brown is really coming together. Like, I really love this, guys. Like, I really do. I really love it. I think I went back in with that copper brown, and I just made it kind of like the spotlight. And I did do that. I meant to tell you guys that, but I really did. I used more copper than anything, but sometimes when you're using more of that one color, sometimes you have to even it out to make sure that, you know, the other color is getting love. And I only used 2 colors for this makeup tutorial. Literally, I didn't use 3, I used 2, because I felt like with this naked beat, the type of skin complexion that I have, I don't have to use multiple colors like that. I used 2, and that's all I really needed. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to I honestly was just thinking about getting another brush, but I was just gonna use my angle brush. And what I'm doing is I'm going near my eyebrow bone and putting back that caramel brown color that I was telling you about, that shade. That was my first transition shade for the tutorial, and I just wanted to add that back in there because it looked like it was just nothing but brown. And I want to make sure that, you know, this light color brown plays a big part in it too, because at the same time, that was my first transition shade. And I went back and got that little poofy brush again, and I pretty much just make sure that the powder actually sets into my skin and no powder or no excess powder is lingering on my face, because I really hate that. So now what I'm gonna do is pretty much let you guys see what has been done so far on my eyebrows. I know in the middle it looks a hot mess, but I'm going to literally show you guys something. So now I'm gonna create this winged look with my liquid eyeliner. Now this is the part I hate, because I always mess up on this part. I I swear to God. I started from the middle of my eyelid and I'm just stroking it diagonally, creating a slant. And notice how I'm not, starting to shade it in, because when you start to shade in first, you're not really creating the shape that you want for your wing look. So pretty much I just started at the end of my eyelid and pretty much stroke upwards, creating that angle. So it should look like pretty much a tiny little isosceles triangle on your eyelid, pretty much. It's long, but it's thick. And I know it looks crazy because, guys, I wore makeup earlier today and I had glue on my eyelashes and everything was falling apart. And so, like, normally when I do my winged look, I always go back in and start creating that line so that way it looks natural. I just didn't just start in the middle and just forget all about the front part of my eyes. So I did pay close attention to this one because, like, normally when I do wing looks, I always mess up and I always have to, like, wipe it off or start over with the whole makeup thing because I messed up one part. So please make sure that you pay attention. But like I said, if you mess up, please be sure to, pause the video and, just try again. Practice makes perfect, and we're all not perfect, ladies. Because I know for a fact I messed up several times with this winged look. But same thing for the one on the right. I just pretty much, did the same technique that I did on the other eye. Notice how I didn't shade in first, because if you shade in, there's no telling what type of shape that you're going to be doing. So it's important that you shape your winged eyeliner first, and then you go in and shade, and then you finish the entire eyeliner winged look. And I swear I went on YouTube, Google on how to literally do this, because for a long time I could never get this right. It just was something that I was doing and I don't know, but now I got it. Now it's in the bag. So sometimes I would literally stroke back just to create that little tiny triangle at the bottom. And then, like I said, I'm gonna always start back at the beginning of my eyelids to ensure that eyeliner winged look is being created correctly. And I want to make sure that I'm guiding myself and guiding you guys too along the way. Now, it's okay if your eyes look like that. It look like it's uneven, but I guarantee you really won't be able to tell once you apply the lashes on, because the lashes really is what's going to set it off every single time. So now I'm just pretty much tracing and making sure that both sides are even. And I'm going to close my eyes so you guys can pretty much see what it looks like on both sides. Now, maybe one side may be thicker than the other and you have to literally add in more product, and that is totally okay, because I've done it so many times to where, like, I wanted to make sure that, it was thick enough and both sides are symmetrical. That's my main part. I want one side to be as symmetrical as the other one. So yeah, I think I did a pretty good job with this one. I didn't really mess up like I thought I was, because I get sick and tired of doing the same look over and over. Like, I do this look every day for work, so it was kind of like, oh my god, I got so irritated. So yeah, guys, something had failed and I got off camera for a little while, so I had to literally go and get my lashes and my lash glue, because apparently I didn't have it on me. So yeah, guys, just make sure you have everything prepared so that way you don't have to go off camera. All right, we're back in business. Okay, so now that my eyeliner getting ready to do is I'm just trying to make sure I have everything together, because I hate looking around and everything is not where I need it to be. And it just be making me so upset because I have to get off camera just to get the things that I need. And it just really be aggravating to me because it's like I'm supposed to have everything. So as you guys can see, I am applying my foundation, and notice how I'm literally just spreading the product throughout my face. And I'm not just going, single-handedly, just putting dots on my face. I like to literally spread the product throughout my face to make sure that I get the coverage that I need. I mean, who wouldn't? And so, I don't need a lot, simply because I have smooth skin. And I had to put a little foundation under my eyes because I do have, a little bit of excess glue from this morning. I was doing my makeup this morning, and when I got home, I didn't take it off fully like I was supposed to. But when you're taking off makeup, guys, I'm going to put down some healthy little tips for makeup removal, so that way you guys don't have to use just soap and water. Now, soap and water is good too, but at the same time, that dirt and that concealer and foundation is literally built up in your face, and we don't want that. So now what I'm getting ready to do is I think I'm fixing to do I think I actually was looking around for something. I think I was trying to figure out something. I'm always doing something crazy. So here we go. I applied my lashes, guys. So my it took me a couple minutes for me to apply them on because the glue wasn't drying. I wasn't letting the glue dry. I didn't let it get tacky like I'm supposed to. Now I'm going in with this red lipstick. It is matte, and I got it from CVS, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm very unhappy with the color because I like dark red. Dark red looks pretty on me. It actually looks better with my complexion. But as I'm putting it on, guys, I just noticed that it's really not too bad. But I still wanted something a little bit darker. And red is a seductive color, especially on black women. And I'm not just saying that, because I'm a black woman, but it just looks so much prettier for some reason on a black woman. When a black woman wears red, I just feel like that is just so sexy. But any woman of any race could wear red. Any woman of any race could wear red. I just feel like, with my skin complexion, it looks really good on me. I really do like it. And I'm not just saying that because I'm putting it on, because when I went into the store, guys, I was so mad because I was like, this is the darkest red you guys have. Do you guys have something that's just a little bit darker? The lady was like, no, they was pretty much waiting on a shipment of a lot of stuff, and I think the red lipstick was one of them. But yeah, guys, I love this because it dries fast. It doesn't linger too much. The only problem is that when I apply makeup, well, especially lipstick, I always think that the inside of my lips didn't count, but it does, because when you make duck lips, you can pretty much see the pink in your mouth. And I try to get rid of that little excess lipstick, and I was trying to get it off without messing it up completely. But it looks good.